Welcome back, Compas, to Compas Sports Talk. Hey, you know what? We're gonna go ahead and get straight to the point because we got a good topic for y'all. We will be discussing our predictions from the last video that we did.
Mhm.
So stay tuned. This is gonna be a banger.
You already know. Let's get into it.
Let's get it.
Alrighty, compas. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Like Douglas already told us here, we're gonna go over our predictions that we had last weekend, right before the big matchups between Arsenal and Tottenham, and Manchester City and Manchester United. Of course, the two derbies that happened over the weekend. Right after rip, let's get right into it. I predicted Arsenal winning 2-1, and I don't know. What did you say, Diggy?
But I just wanna say, like, first disclaimer that like I know it says composed over here, but like I was so tired from work. They're like, we're not sponsored, but like been drinking this dude, and it's like kicking in low key. So, whew,
Yeah, that's good.
ready.
Then. That means we're gonna have a little energy. That's good. That's good.
But Arsenal, Tottenham, right? So I said it was gonna be 2-2.
Yep. So let me know what you think.
I mean, I got the right amount of goals, so there's some points for that. Like,
All right.
what's a total of 4 goals scored?
Of course. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so we talked about how a lot depended on how Son was gonna do, how he was gonna play, but honestly, like Tottenham did not do much,
Hmm.
and like it was a pretty easy game. Not gonna lie for Arsenal, but gotta say that a big factor with that was also Tottenham getting a red card.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
I believe at that point it was still 2-1, right?
Uh it happened, let's see, 62nd minute, so it was 2-1 right before the last goal.
Yeah. So in that point, see, I did not have a red card in mind when I predicted the score. So if it was 2-1 and Tottenham maybe come back, started playing better, they would have scored. The game could have ended 2-2, man.
All
But
right.
I mean, I was wrong. I admit it, but you know, it wasn't like that far off though.
It wasn't. It was a good prediction. I mean, obviously I predicted the win, so obviously I got a better prediction there, not to
Maybe I feel like that though.
um anyway, not that it's a competition or anything, but
It's always a competition.
Okay, it's always a competition. But anyway, yeah, I didn't expect the red card either. I think the tackle that Emerson had on my X Factor, Martinelli, I think that was pretty dangerous. I didn't see it like well when he first tackled him, but when I did see the replay, like he went pretty high up the ankle and like cleats in, like just straight, no ball intended, really dangerous tackle. So I think he deserved that red. It was bad.
I heard the commentators. They were like, "Oh, I think that's a little too unfair. It's a little too much. A yellow would have sufficed." But nah, that was a red to me because again, exactly what you said. It was not necessarily at the ankle. It was higher up, lower leg, and the ball was not really close to where he tackled. So
Hmm.
I think, and I've seen Emerson in other games kind of get heated and frustrated when things are not going his way or for his team.
Yeah,
So, not saying he did it on purpose, but it was a reckless tackle, unnecessary one.
it really was, and it cost them the goal eventually because literally 5 minutes later, Arsenal scores, and there's the 3-1. Put ice on the game, and the game was pretty much over after that. I mean, I don't know. What'd you see? Do you think your X factor was correct, or did you notice something different? Who do you think made a big difference when it came to their win?
I believe I said Son for one side and then Saka for the other side.
Yeah, correct.
Um, I think Saka kind of just did his thing.
Hmm.
He's been playing consistent, but again, like I would like to see him score more
Yeah,
and assist more because he's doing really well in kind of just dribbling through players and beating them through speed. But I think there's another level he's got that he's just like not there yet though, but he's close to just making that push.
yeah. No, I noticed that from Saga too. And when you pick Saka as your X factor, like I could have gone both ways. The X factor could have been Martinelli for me or Saka because, like you said, he attacks down the wing and he gets by like quickly. He has a burst of speed where he can just dribble past you and then give a quick cut and then cross it over. I think the stats were like 7 or 8 crosses from him, which is a good amount because that's opportunities for the
Yeah.
strikers or for Martinelli to come in behind. But I really liked, I think I'm just liking how Martinelli's playing right now, just because his elusiveness to be able to come in a little more to the middle and not stay too much wide sometimes. And even on that last goal, he brought all the defenders and pulled them with him. And then Saka, not Saka, sorry, Shaka, the midfielder, kind of like as he dropped off the ball to him, went the opposite way, and it just left so much space for Shaka
Yeah.
to just finish the goal. So he has that power of pulling defenders to create space.
Now that you say that, I think that's kind of what stood out to me the most. The fluidity that Arsenal was playing with in their offense, it looked a lot more natural, right? Like
Mhm.
they got that chemistry going. When on the other side, you got Tottenham, and I believe the ones that started were Son, Kane, and Richarlison.
Yep.
And we haven't really seen that trio start quite often this season because it's either been Kulusevski or Son with everybody else,
Yeah.
or it's Richarlison staying in the bench because he's plays like a nine and he's wearing number nine, but you got Kane already. And
Yeah.
I think that kind of made them struggle a little bit more because of Kulusevski was injured, so he didn't end up playing, I believe.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, I think you just see Arsenal play better as a team right now.
Yeah. And you know what? The Tottenham defense I don't think was playing terrible. It was just the creativeness from Arsenal. I think they just broke it down so easily because, like you said, the fluidity. They were able to just attack from anywhere, and they could come in from the left with Martinelli. They can come in from the right from Saka, and Jesus even had a good play like on the wing, where they're just like switching around the
Yeah.
top. Like they're good at doing that, and Jesus is doing great, creating plays there too. So it's just it's confusing for defenses when you have an attack like that can move around so well, and then obviously Saliba and Gabriel. They're
A lot of that is the coaching, though, right? Like being
oh
able to
yeah.
move into the right gaps, the right pockets, in the right spaces, making
Mhm.
sure like you know when to make the cut outwards or whether you need to go inwards instead. And it's crazy because like here we're seeing like the results when everything is going well and efficiently with Arteta being the coach, but when he wasn't winning, he was getting a lot of hate.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah. So I mean, and don't forget Thomas Partey. That goal was world class. I mean, he hit it perfectly top bins first time. It was just curled perfectly, nowhere else to put it. And I think when I was watching the highlights, you can see how he reads the space before. So everyone's playing on the wing, and he's kind of sitting back a little bit till he sees someone grab the ball, or he takes that space, and as soon as he's in there, player tosses in the assist, and bam,
Like,
just smacks
he
it.
had already seen that play. He was preparing for it. And who was the one that passed him the ball?
I don't know if it was Shaka. It
No,
might have been.
it might have been because I remember like that player took a little too long in passing him the ball, but protect like he stayed there. He kept his composure there. Haha. And then he was able to take the shot. And typically, I like goals when they're across,
Yeah,
when they go opposite sides. But this one was just like really nice, good power, good accuracy, good follow through and technique. It was just give him
it's
props.
right where you wanted it. And it was nice. So, I mean, congrats to Arsenal. Got a great win against Tottenham. Hopefully, Tottenham bounces back or something, but I don't know. Arsenal's looking really good right now, still in first place. So, let's see when they play the big team that we're going to talk about next.
Speak,
Man,
speaking of looking good, speaking of being a top team,
honestly, I mean, what can you say about Manchester City right now? I
in
mean,
other circumstances, I'd be really happy for Man City.
mhm.
Well, but like because of fantasy. But like Haaland scoring so much is pissing me off, man. Like, good for him. Like, he's doing great. He's doing fantastic right now. But he's costing me money.
Yeah, this fantasy Premier League we got going. Our boy got Haaland on his team.
What
What can
what
you
was
say?
the prediction you had made for this game? The result?
For this game, I had said Man City wins 3-1,
That's right.
and Man United scores, one maybe, and then that's pretty much it. I don't remember what you had. I don't know if it was similar, or I think you did say a win too, because I mean it was
I said Man City wins 3-0.
okay 3-0. Yeah, I mean, what can you say? Haaland right now, good lord.
Technically, I was right. If you subtract 3 goals from each team, it ends up being 3-0. So it's about the goal difference, you know? That's
Yeah,
all.
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, yeah, makes sense. Honestly, what a team Man City has right now. I mean, Man United was able to pull back 3 goals, but I mean, for what? I don't know. I mean, it was towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
Cool, they were able to score them, but I mean, in the 73rd, I think that was Man City's last goal, and they scored the last 2 goals till 84th and then 90th with a PK. So I mean,
You can tell because what it was 4-0 at halftime.
it was yeah,
And coming into the second half, Man City just kind of like stayed back a bit, let Manu have the ball, and Manu went a good amount of time with having the ball in that first goal. And by the way, Anthony, great goal. That was beautiful. See, that's
what a
just
team
top
play,
two
man.
curler. And after that, I feel like Man City was just like, oh, like I don't want you to get your hopes up, so let me bring them back down, and then
Yeah,
early after that. But then it's kind of like they stopped trying. They took like what is it, the foot off the pedal. Like it was just too easy, and but I want to get something off my chest though, because like I got Kevin De Bruyne on my fantasy team, and he's getting pulled out of the games. He had 2 assists. He's out here doing really good, and like Haaland's out here with a hat trick, and you don't take him out. Like, what is this? Like,
that's true.
get all of the players out at that point. Because here's the thing, though. Like, if he gets injured, they're up 6-2, 6-3. Haaland has a hat trick, and he's still in the game. What's gonna happen?
So what you guys can't see in context here is that we have a fantasy Premier League, and this man here is upset that Haaland got a hat trick and 2 assists, by the way. So
Yeah, let's not forget Foden got a hat trick too, though.
yes, and did he get 2 assists too or one? I don't remember, but
One. And when I say this is annoying, is I was leading this weekend, like on fantasy. The person that ended up winning his whole team, corn, was garbage.
yeah, pretty much.
But he has both Haaland and Foden.
And that's all she
That,
wrote.
yeah, I look back and it was just like, there goes my money.
Yeah. So anyway, enough with the venting here. I know we're a little hurt that we lost this weekend. uh, Apart from Haaland and Foden, which are the obvious big players in this game, who'd you notice had a good game too? Because those are the obvious ones.
I don't want to choose De Bruyne because, like, that's just my go to. De Bruyne's like reference to actually play a bad game.
Yeah.
But let's see. I want to give a shout out to Gundogan though. Like
Ooh.
I feel like you know I'm one of these that like last year I was just like, oh, he's kind of dying down. Like we probably won't see much of him. He's gonna be coming off the bench a lot. But even last season, like he was scoring goals every time he was coming in, and
Yeah.
he's still doing really good. And like De Bruyne, he does a really good job at controlling the pace of the game and just being in the right places at the right time and has great passing and he can shoot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I think I like how Gundogan's playing a lot, not gonna lie.
Yeah. Gundogan's really been playing good. I think I don't know if I said this in the last video, but one of the videos, Bernardo Silva is always really good too. I mean, I think he also had an assist, and man, he's really like, how do I explain it? I wouldn't say elusive, but he's really quick, like a decision maker, and he can pass the ball really quick off as soon as he gets the ball. So he sees plays like a step ahead, and I like his creation. I like the way he sees passes and everything. So he's really good off the ball.
And now that I look at it, that was the starting trio in the midfield too: Kevin De Bruyne, Gundogan, and Silva, and they've been
Yeah,
doing
you can't
really
stop.
well together.
They're doing well. So can't say much about them. I mean, they're doing really good. They click really well together as a midfield. So I think that's why it's working so well. Even though Man United did get completely destroyed and like dominated basically. Um, Anthony, man, he's he's a menace. I know Man United may not look good right now, and they just got dominated by Man City, but man, he's a great player. Just his goal alone, his presence on the field, like the way he attacks the ball, he's really one of the good pickups they had this offseason. So
So I'm gonna ask you something then, since you're a Man U fan,
yeah,
and this could be a whole different topic. So like we'll focus it around like this last game against Man City.
okay.
What do you think Man U can do moving forward in order to at least be able to compete with a team like Man City?
Communication at the back. I know it's hard to cover this monstrosity of ball, but like that's what it is. I mean, a lot of the times Holland can get through, but then you got Foden coming in another direction, and then you got maybe Silva coming in another direction. I mean, they were able to get in behind the defense constantly, and like even though they have Varane back there, and I think they have Lisandro Martinez, I'm not saying they're terrible center backs and they're bad or anything, but I don't think they've clicked yet. I don't think they're clicking as a defense, and they're not playing like as a unit. I guess I can say, and they're just letting so much go through, and that's a big weakness. I think.
That's a very good point, and can't believe I'm gonna say the next few words that are gonna come out of my mouth. But this reminds me of like the times when it was a lot of the Madrid versus Barca, and Barca just like was dominant and they couldn't lose the ball. And what did Mourinho? He even admitted in interviews later saying that foul them, like have that intensity, right? And I don't
Mhm,
even think I remember Man U being aggressive and like playing intensely and like dropping them, doing tackles. Like,
mhm.
so if you're gonna be playing passive against a team that's that good, where you're not just gonna be able to steal the ball, this is the result you get.
That's a great point. Maybe that's what they need. They need that aggressiveness because I mean, even that pass, which was a just a perfect pass from De Bruyne to Haaland, just right behind Varane. He could have at least, gave it a little effort, dive, maybe tip the ball or something, give it a little bit of a push. But it seemed like Varane was trying to just catch up to the ball. He could have at least, slid, give it a, some kind of put your leg in there, something, like. But I mean, it was still a great pass, and Haaland can finish
Can
it.
we please like do this more often, where we acknowledge the passes that Haaland is receiving? Like, yes, Haaland sometimes scoring tap-ins. Yes, sometimes he's scoring good acrobatic finishes. Yes, sometimes he's just like out beating like a defender with his body. But these passes, my goodness, like
And you know what? Props to Haaland too. He did have a good pass to Foden.
he did, he did.
It was
I
a
really
great
like that pass too. Yeah.
great on the ground, perfect weight, and Foden just literally had to just, put it in the net. So that was a great assist by him, and I like seeing that from him. So
Is he becoming better than Mbappe? I don't know. I don't know. We'll see
look,
what keeps happening.
he's gonna break the record. There's no doubt. So we'll see when that happens. But better than Mbappe, we'll see. We'll see how the Champions League goes. We'll see how all these other competitions. End of the year, which is a real big deal. You got to stay healthy. So if you can
Yep.
stay healthy, we'll see. We'll see how it works out.
Well, everyone, I really hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Thank you all for all the love and support. Make sure you guys continue to comment, share, like, and subscribe. And if
Yep,
there are certain topics that you guys want us to talk about, just go ahead and comment in the comment section down below, or let us know what your thoughts were on these last few games this past weekend.
that's right. And see you on the next one.
Next time.